you see a line of sweat dart down his brow. You know how it works for these small towns out here. You know that them taking the bet to go all in on the Netherworld series can either make or break their town. Whether it's misbegotten belief or he has some sort of scheme up his sleeve, Barry Bandersnatch here is betting the future of Midtown on this game, and you don't fully understand why yet. All of these lesser games around the hinterland of Allon are so fascinating to watch because it's like watching these boomtowns wink in and out of existence, all based on a single pitch.
Can I call you Barry?
Of course.
I must ask, Barry. You have the eyes of a deeply desperate man. You have the eyes I've seen on countless men's faces in the past. Men who have quite literally sold their souls for one chance at greatness and seen it all vanish like morning mist under the withering sun. What is it that drives Barry Bandersnatch?
It's time for Barry Bandersnatch to make a baseball roll to see if he can retain his composure. You've plied others with this question before. You've seen them wriggle and writhe. You've seen them collapse or bend inwards. You've seen their wills break. Barry scores, by your measure, probably a 7 out of 10. Instead of instantly crumbling, his voice simply falters. His lower jawline wiggles. But more than anything else, he sticks to his bullshit. The thing that motivates me is watching a brilliant future for this town that I love. I believe that we've got it, and the fact that you're here now means you could probably see it. It sparkles, and it shines in the hearts of every citizen of Midtown. His eyes twitch to the side wildly. He doesn't believe a single word of what he says, but, again, maybe it's conviction or desperation. He's clinging to this line of thought.
You know you do rather all right at a court of law. But now let us see how you acquit yourself upon the field of war.
You all make your way over to one of the main, arterial highways of Allon, in nicer areas. The pavement would be a little more uniform, but here, out in the wastes, it's wasteland. Named as such, Thug explains, taking over for the narrator, because, the folks back in Steel City call it wasted land.
Ouch.
Yeah.
More like wasted potential. They didn't even try.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You notice actually a soft look cross Thug's face for 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's serving a purpose.
Yeah. There's lots of people traveling it. I mean...
People live here. Yeah.
Why hasn't anyone set up like an inn or something? I bet it would do pretty good business.
They try.
Yeah, this looks like a great place to get mugged.
Well, you'd have to hire security, sure.
You make your way around, and Thog stops and turns, and almost by instinct, this man over here sort of stumbles forward. Oh no! I'm tripping over this large pothole. In slow motion, you watch from the back of this cart. It tip forwards, and a positive rain of apples fall down on the area. My apples. They all fly towards you in a curtain. Thog darts forward. Thog watches the rain of food down on him, and he turns and he stares and he stances up and gets ready to catch. He darts his way to the side and he sees you, all of you, split, even. Some of you immediately turning to batting, others turning to catching. And he looks and he sees a glimmer in his eye. This moment, a baseballer's spirit is born. He recognizes and realizes it's in moments like these, split-second decisions, that one's true character is fully revealed. Whether or not you choose to bat or choose to catch is something that is seated deep within the soul, behind the eyes and the maze that makes up the self. That minotaur, deep from within you, rises to the surface, a demon that's ready to respond to any situation. His team might just be able to make it.
I reach up over my shoulder and I unsheath my baseball bat.
Mercy will immediately start sprinting. As she goes, she's going to snap her fingers and summon some like blacksmithing gloves because they're such big, meaty things. And she's going to slide and try and catch as many as she can. I think it's as Mercy goes, as she's sliding, she just quickly reaches up, grabs them, and then like just I don't know where she'd even like plop. I guess like resting them on her abs as she's sliding because there's at least something to hold them a little bit.
Nature's shelving.
Now you're gonna bruise them.
No, I would never. And I can't put them in my cleavage. That's just gonna like melt them.
Well, you can put at least one in there.
I could go for some apple pie.
I was going to comment either direction. Thug, in this moment as you dart forwards and manage to twist your body around, catching many of them and bracing them against your body, sort of like sniffs the air and smells cooked apple for a moment before you wheel them away, utterly deprived of harm.
Something unlocks deep in Gregor's mind, a stance that normally he wouldn't use because you don't want to get hit by things, but he knows it all the same. The stance of the hungry, hungry spider. Gregor zips forward and like a spider with many limbs, or maybe like its web catching a bunch of stuff. Who knows what it's supposed to be? Snatches up the apples.
For a second, it looks like you have six arms, maybe? I don't know.
He gets 4. One in each limb.
The remaining 2. 2 apples fly to the side, directly at your location. You pick up your bats, and you get ready.
I stare down one of the apples and think, don't worry, I'll hit this with the back of my bat.
Marcus, the apple flies straight at you, and indeed, you do use the backside of your shadow bat so as not to take its life. You twist around, not even giving it a single bruise, trying to guide it back towards the cart. But at the last second, the baseball almost seems to pick up spin. This apple, starting to bounce on all of its perturbed ends, wheels its way down the bat and starts to fly towards that other person's cart. It begins to fling itself that direction.
Fighting back, are we? Yeah, I'm gonna change its trajectory for sure. I think I whip out a little strand of shadow to snatch the ball super briefly and hopefully swing it back over like this.
You watch as the apple starts to fly towards this other person's cart, and you snap your fingers, and from the dirt, a shadow tendril reaches up, grabs it, and twists it and begins to spring it back in this direction. And as it flies towards the thug, he almost, out of sheer panic, yells and starts to slap it away backwards.
Don't you
With
dare.
a shout, he sends it back towards Thog.
Thug, left jab, quick!
Almost as an impulse, Thog darts one fist forward and jabs, hitting the apple, sending it flying back at the thug. The thug, similarly shocked, swings and punches it back at Thug.
Marcus darts forward, uses this random passerby to vault off of, going into just a sheer acrobatic pirouette above Gregor and Thog, and then meeting the apple with the palm of his hand, spikes it down into the man's fruit cart.
Boom! It flies in. No damage dealt.
I fall face down in the mud. Yes.
Thug similarly, like, it's you fall face down in the muck and pick your head up, and Thug similarly almost like lands on top of you, and the two of you stare forwards, looking at the tower of apples successfully put there, and he looks down at you and just flashes you a thumbs up.
I think I like baseball. I think I like it a lot.
You see it perfectly balanced as bing, bing, bing. One falls from the very top of the tower, and then picks up speed, rolling down one of the wooden edifices, and then flings straight towards you, Harlock. And then, Harlock, you have a split second to look at the person behind you. You see Faria, death in his eyes. That apple. That apple's headed straight for him.
Don't worry, I was born for this moment.
He's a doctor, it'll kill him.
He suffers from what is known as a glass skull.
Harlock plants a boot down her first step outside of the labyrinth. Her minotaur, an analytic one. It thinks to itself, baseball is a game of 3 dimensions. If I'm to hit this ball, I don't need to hit it left, right, forward, backwards. I can hit it up. She's going to try and attempt a pop fly.
Yeah.
You watch it fly at you, and with very little effort, you feel your entire body tensing. You were built for this moment, after all. But then you realize, with your Minotaur fully unleashed, and Thog actually fully registers this, he pulls himself up to the side, grabbing Marcus and pointing his head towards Harlock. Look at that. The Minotaur's awoken.
I can almost see a shadowy horned figure over Harlock's shoulder.
You feel your body slacken, locking in place. Your muscles actually... instead of locking like cool stones, one after the other, a prison for your spirit, instead flow free. A pop fly should be simple like this. As the apple travels towards you, you spend the minimal amount of effort, a movement that should be all but obvious. You use your left hand in this moment, focusing on the most minute of movements. That's right, the trick to escape any maze. Always keep your hand on the left wall. Always hold left, and it will always lead you true. You pop the apple into the air, no effort spent, and that ghostly figure almost seems to catch it and guide it gracefully down into your palm. For real.
I didn't even think. It was incredible. It was just instinct. So this must be the baseball flow state.
Thug crawls his way over. He's like, you all are amazing. What the hell?
I'm seeing baseballs where there aren't any. I think I read too much.
Oh my god. You guys, thank you so much. How'd you manage to do that? Like, none of them even touched the ground. He runs back over and he double checks all of his apples. He's like, yeah, they're all perfect. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Picks up all of the apples that Mercy has collected all over herself.
Oh yes, of course. They're a little warm right now. Excuse me for a moment. Thank you for saving my husband's life.
It's okay. I would have missed him if he died.
That was terrifying. He mutters in the background.
It's all right. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to abandon you. I didn't think things would escalate so.
I just didn't know they'd be packing apples.
I didn't either. Here, I will carry you. She princess carries Faria. No one will get near you ever again.
You can't see bullets when they come at you. You can see apples.
Don't worry, sir. We're here to let everybody here in this desolate mugging field know that we're the new baseballers in town.
Yeah, spread the word!
And you don't mess with baseball.
You do indeed disperse the crowd of citizens around you, and they run in every direction. It's
are they scared
and
of us?
tell everybody that we're slightly above the bottom line.
Those are fighting words in these parts. You know that, right?
That was like a sentence.
Maybe we mean to fight.
That's like half the point of baseball, so yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. I believe it. And like, you definitely terrified all those people, not because of your, like, that declaration. You definitely terrified them with your, frankly, horrifying feats of athleticism. But,
we call it baseball aura.
You know, once you get good enough at baseball, I hear people faint just watching you catch a ball. At the very least, consider me your very first fan.
No kidding.
No. Furia speaks up. No, I am their very first fan. Thank you very much.
A manager.
Yeah, you can't be a fan if you're part of the team, pal.
Well, can't he be both? He could be a fanager.
Well, sure. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's a good compromise. Okay.
Okay, very second fan then. Hold on, do you guys want some apples?
Yeah, I'm really hungry after all that.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Wait a
Are they
minute.
poisoned?
What?
They're
No,
poisoned
no.
apples.
They're not I swear they're not
Kick his ass, guy.
Get 'em!
Hold it.
Oh, okay.
7 of them I superheated with my body. Wouldn't they have, like, fully caught ablaze based on, like, the Thretzel and the, like, raw scaries that we had back at the base?
Only if it was flammable poison.
I swear they're not poisoned, and even if they are poisoned, wouldn't you want a thing of poisoned apples if you're a baseball team?
Shit, that's not a bad point.
Ah, shit, yeah, okay. Yeah,
But I also kind of want to eat the apple.
Yeah, give me one of the ones that was on Mercy's body.
Okay, one slightly warm apple. I was going to sell those for more.
Could I ask you to eat one in front of me?
Sure. He
Thank
makes
you.
his way over.
One of the ones that I heated up? Like, what?
No.
One
One of the other ones. Just making sure they're not poisoned before I eat one.
All right.
He just starts to eat it. He's like, no,
Okay,
yeah.
great. And I will eat this one. I grab a different one. Thank you.
Suddenly the back of his head explodes.
From this thug, you now have
One fan.
No, you have officially gotten your first fan. 2, this guy is going to show up at your games randomly with his
apples.
cart of apples. Yes.
Oh, God.
And 3, finally, last little mechanic. While you are traveling the overworld between your various games, you might find objects or equipment that you can take into future baseball games. This apple is an easy example of that. I don't know what you can do with an apple. I don't know what you could do with a slightly warm apple except for sell it for more money. But, as you examine your environment, please keep an eye out for further equipment that you can use.
Well, somebody abandoned this cart.
Thank you
so-
for playing baseball.
Thank you for playing baseball. Marcus, you rush over to the freshly abandoned cart. Yeah, are you gonna rifle through it? You don't look through it?
I was just going to take the whole
Oh,
thing,
sure.
but yeah, I'll rifle through it first.
Oh yeah, free stuff? You're taking the cart?
Free
Okay.
cart. Free cart.
Marcus, is that a snake cart?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a snake cart, but I don't know if it's a snake box. More on that as it develops. I reach over the snakes and pry the box open. Oh.
Well, hurry up and move the box so I can have the snakes.
Okay, well, settle down. I don't want to hurt the snakes.
It's full of steel ball bearings.
Oh, holy shit.
Steel!
It's full of steel ball
Snake
bearings.
food.
These are worth their weight in, well, steel.
I understand why the snakes were guarding it so well. Okay, so we're gonna split the loot. Harlock, you get the snake cart, we get the steel ball bearings.
Sounds good.
There's so much you can do with ball bearings. This is incredible. What a find.
There's so much you can do with snakes.
Mercy's still holding her husband. Dear, is there anything you'd like from the snake cart or ball bearings?
I think I'm he flips open. He opens his coat and like actually double checks like a little book. He's like, good for snakes right now.
Yeah, how are my snakes and ball bearing counts holding up? I gotta see.
Let me check the books.
It's been a good season for snakes and a bad season for ball bearings. But yes, I would like a bite of the warm apple.
Oh, all right.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of ball bearings in this crate, so anybody who wants some, have at it.
You take your fucking snakes and ball bearings. I need to register. Is Harlock keeping the cart full of snakes pulled behind her?
No, she's just stuffing a bunch of snakes in her.
Nice.
Pan of
Homunculus.
peanuts.
Yes, creator. What is
I mean, he's in a jar. He's fine.
You fill your pockets proverbially and carry on with your great quest.
Over encumbered with snakes.
You are over encumbered snakes.
Do you need assistance
cart.
with that, or?
There's a whole cart right there.
Snakes?
Well, it sounded like you were over encumbered, or was I mistaken?
No, it's okay. I just will walk really slow.
There's a cart. There's a cart right here.
Do you want me to carry you?
That's not yours. Well, neither are the snakes, really.
Neither are the snakes or the ball bearings.
I'd love to be carried. Thank you.
All right.
Well,
Faria can't keep getting away with
Oh,
it.
you're
I can and will. Benefits of marriage.
wow, you're really wriggly now, huh?
Yeah. It's one of the benefits of the snakes.
You hear Faria sigh lightly. You got him with that. He wishes he had snakes.
I asked you.
Yes, it's too late now, though.
And now I know where the twins get it. I oftentimes am like, are you hungry? And they go, no. And then like 30 minutes later, they're like, thinking about it.
I could really go for some snake after all.
The area ahead of you, you look over, is actually pretty populous. It seems like the next game that will be held in this area is going to draw quite a crowd. A multitude of different civilians make their way up to Midtown. You following sort of at the rear.
Is that
You're
a crowd for our game?
I think it is, actually. What the
I think
fuck?
it has
Word
to
gets
be.
out fast.
That's flattering.
Wait, so are we in Midtown yet? Or is this...
So, okay. You see how there's starting to be, like, grass and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And look, trees.
Yeah, classic Midtown fucking privilege.
Huh.
Oh,
They get grass and other garbage.
And trees?
Yeah, trees. God damn it. Famine Valley doesn't have any of this shit. When we win, we're taking all this stuff. I mean,
Are you going to take their grass?
I'm worried that they're
no.
literally out of our league.
I highly doubt that.
We are not. That's bad PR. We're not here to steal any grass or trees
Unless
from
we
the
win.
wonderful people of Midtown. Unless you don't like them, then we are.
We shall take it when we win.
All the civilians sort of like look over at you and like exchange light chatter as you almost shepherd them up into Midtown. I think we left a good first impression.
Me too.
I think
Do
so.
you think any of them will be fans?
Listen, it doesn't matter how many fans we start with because we've got the fans that matter. Faria and that one guy with all those apples.
And they have so much heart. So much fucking heart.
They've got so much fucking heart. Look at that. Gestures over to Faria. Faria like squinting at you. Look at that.
That's a lot of heart.